The 2021 local government elections announced as free and fair, but what was the media's role in that process? So did the media play its role in that election? Was the reporting fair? Let's chat a bit about this now. I'm joined by Nomshado Lubisi, who's the communications manager at Media Monitoring Africa. A very good afternoon to you, ma'am. Thanks indeed for joining us. So from where you're sitting as Media Monitoring Africa, was the reporting fair by media in these elections?
I think, in terms of the monitoring, it did show that it was fair, and it obviously showed the importance that the role media plays during elections. You know, especially when we're talking about news media, they are very essential for any democracy, but their role during elections is even greater. I mean, they are a mirror of our society. They are a reflection of our society. So one of the responsibilities of the media during an election period is not only to report on the candidates fairly, but to also unpack issues for the electorate to be able to make, informed decisions about who to vote for. And further than that, the media is also expected to interrogate the elections manifestos, for instance, so that, the electorate can understand what is exactly being promised to them.
Yeah, I recall in the run-up to the election, there were concerns about disinformation and misinformation, of course, that being a direct threat on democracy. So how were you as Media Monitoring Africa able to deal with some of that?
So in 2019, we had launched a platform called Real 411, which allowed South African citizens to be able to submit any complaints of digital offences that they come across online. And this is the same platform which we have partnered with the IEC for this year as well. So meaning South African citizens were able to submit any complaints around disinformation that they came across online towards the lead up to the elections and as well during the week of the elections as well. And interestingly enough, some of the disinformation trends that we saw were around, the misunderstanding of the logistics. I think actually during the week of the elections, it was around, if you don't bring a pen, for example, you are not allowed to vote, or especially what does special voting mean? It's not about skipping the line. And, those are the different type of narratives that were going around.
And how many complaints did you receive?
So far we haven't stopped. So we usually count until obviously the last day of the week. So I'll have those stats for you definitely next week.
All right, Nomshado Lubisi, thank you very much indeed for your time and the good work, of course, that you guys have also done in the run-up to this election. Nomshado Lubisi, Communications Manager, Media Monitoring Africa. We take a